Hey Star Wars fans, welcome back to another YouTube video. I decided to make this video a compilation of all the mini Star Wars lore videos I have. Now do whatever you need to do and enjoy the Star Wars lore.
Did marijuana exist in Star Wars? Manava weed was grown on the planet Picori in wild space. A Force user named Thera Akaris failed her Jedi trials due to darkness that clouded her mind. Thera returned to her home planet Picori and fell into a deep depression where she smoked Manava weed, which is a Star Wars interpretation of marijuana. It is assumed the effects are the same as the real world, and it's definitely a big step back from death sticks. Thera eventually wandered into the deserts of Picori and took her own life. Her daughter, Iskat Akaris, eventually became the 13th sister in the Inquisitorius and discovered her mother's failings as a Jedi and her use of alcohol and Manava weed. Do you think Manava weed was widely used by the stoners of a galaxy far, far away, or just on the lonely planet of Picori? How old are these things in Star Wars? Death sticks were created in 232 BBY during the High Republic era. The Trade Federation was founded around 350 BBY, also during the High Republic era. The Jedi Order was founded around 25,000 BBY during the dawn of the Jedi era. The Galactic Empire was created in 19 BBY, not long after Order 66. Proto-sabers were the early designs of lightsabers and were created in 30,000 BBY. Between the years of 6,900 BBY and 5,000 BBY was when the first real lightsaber was created. The Galactic Republic was founded around 25,000 BBY. When were these Star Wars things created? The Millennium Falcon was created around 60 BBY. The Chiss Ascendancy was founded in 5,100 BBY. Hu Yang was created in 25,020 BBY. The Jedi Temple on Coruscant was built in 1032 BBY. The First Order was established in 21 ABY and was publicly announced in 29 ABY. The Rakatan Infinite Empire was established in 36,453 BBY. Before the video keeps going, we just want to say how thankful we are that everyone is supporting the channel. Our goal is to reach 500 subscribers. Comment any other Star Wars lore video you want made, and we will have it done for you. Who was Senator Sejan? Senator Daho Sejan was a Pao-Un senator that represented the world Utapau during the Galactic Imperial era. The people of Utapau despised Senator Sejan as Sejan wanted the Emperor's favor in order for the safety of his homeworld. Senator Sejan approved the Imperial occupation on Utapau. Sejan believed that the Emperor would always win no matter what, but it was all good to him as long as he got a little piece of the winning. Senator Sejan owned a CNR T2 Romsidian-class yacht designed by the CNR Fleet Systems. In 9 BBY, Senator Sejan tried to capture Cal Kestis discreetly. Sejan wanted nothing to do with Lord Vader or the Inquisitors, only to bring him to the Emperor himself. Kestis, of course, disrupted Sejan's plans, and he was killed by the Ninth Sister after she learned of Kestis's presence on Coruscant. Who was Tika the Jawa? Tika was a female Jawa who stole parts from Ben Kenobi and resold them to him as a scam in 9 BBY. Around 3 ABY, 12 years after his encounters with Kenobi, he encountered Kay Vess in the dune seas of Tatooine. Kay Vess came to Tika to see if she could install a turret on her stolen ship, the Trailblazer. A protocol droid head called 22X translated to Kay Vess that in order to install the turret, Kay needed to collect a sarlacc tooth from its second mouth. Kay Vess returned sometime later with the tooth, and Tika installed the turret and continued traveling the Dune Sea, running scams and being the best Jawa hotfixer in the Dune Sea. Who was Jedi Archivist Orba? Orba was a Ugor male Jedi Master and Archivist during the time of the High Republic. Due to the largely formless nature of his species, Orba wore an environmental suit in order to function in environments tolerable to humans and near-humans. Orba fought during the Battle of Valo and had a fight with Nile Tempest runner Lorna D, who Orba defeated. During the destruction of Starlight Beacon, Dee took her revenge on Orba by shooting him through his glass dome, leaving his body on the floor as his form spilled out. Orba was later found by Keeve Trennis stranded outside the Nile storm wall, and he was in his natural form of the Ugors. For more on Oberlin's story and survival, read the High Republic comics and the Tempest Breaker audiobook. His story is to be completed in the Fear of the Jedi comic series. Who was Tanty? Tanty was a weekway bartender in the small town of Mos Pelgo. Right after the destruction of the Death Star, Tanty escaped Mos Pelgo after the mining collective took over and massacred everyone inside of his bar. Cobb Vanth later returned with Boba Fett's armor and liberated the town. Years later, in 9 ABY, Tanty and the town of Mos Pelgo teamed with Din Djarin to take out the Krayt Dragon that had been terrorizing the town. They succeeded, and Cobb Vanth returned the Mandalorian armor to Din Djarin, leaving the town less defended as it once was. Tanty later acted as the leader of Mos Pelgo, now called Freetown, after Cad Bane shot down Cobb Vanth. Tanty and the Mos Pelgo people fought the Pike Syndicate that hired Cad Bane and allied themselves with the Fett Gotra, all in service with their fallen marshal. It was revealed that Cobb Vanth was saved in a Bacta tank in Boba Fett's palace, and for all we know now, Tanty is still the leader of Freetown. Who was Tessic? Tessic was a male Korn who acted as Jabba the Hutt's accountant for his criminal empire. Tessic enjoyed lounging in Jabba's palace and took advantage of his crucial role in the Hutt cartel, secretly putting Jabba's money in his own account. He wanted to kill Jabba and take over the Hutt cartel, but Tessic never got around to that idea. Prior to serving Jabba, Tessic was involved in politics, but he fled to Tatooine after the Empire's enslavement of his own species. Tessic also played K-Vess and Sabbat games on Tashara during his free time. Who was One Jack? One Jack was a LOM series protocol droid who worked as a bounty hunter on the planet Daiyu. One Jack went after the bounty for Obi-Wan Kenobi sent out to all hunters present by the Third Sister, also known as Reva Sevender. One Jack came the closest to apprehending Kenobi after cornering him in the rooftops and later surprising him in an alleyway. Before One Jack could shoot, Haja Estri, a conman who operated on Daiyu for the Hidden Path Network, shot and destroyed One Jack. One Jack was equipped with 2 blaster pistols and a bandolier. Who was Jalen Vrax? Jalen Vrax, born as Jalen Barsha, was a human male crime lord and an heir to the fortunes of a wealthy Corellian business family, the Barshas. Jalen was the favorite child of the family, getting the family's wealth when he was old enough. His brother, Sliro Barsha, despised Jalen for his parents' favoritism and got scraps as his brother got everything he wanted. After Sliro left the family, he soon sent a reprogrammed CIS commando droid called ND5 to assassinate the whole family. Jalen was the only survivor of the assassination attempt, apprehending ND5 and putting a restraining bolt on the droid. From then on, they became the criminal duo, plotting their revenge on their Imperial brother, Sliro. Jalen and ND5 attended Kura's auction for Han Solo and later hired K-Vess for a plot to destroy his brother. Who was director Sliro Barsha? Sliro Barsha, also known as Sliro Rubak, was a human male who served as a director in the Galactic Empire's Imperial Security Bureau. Sliro created the Zarek Besh crime syndicate, which was supposed to snuff out underworld schemes in the Rebel Alliance. Sliro has a longtime grudge with his brother Jalen, who took all of their wealthy family's givings as Sliro got none. So when he joined the Empire, he reprogrammed a CIS commando droid named ND5 to assassinate his whole family. Jalen survived and took ND5 under his wing to become criminals, secretly dividing a plot for years to get back at Sliro. Sliro had many encounters with Darth Vader during his time in the Empire. Sliro's criminal headquarters was on Canto Bight, and K-Vess, a criminal in the Workers' District, stole Sliro's ship, the Trailblazer. Who was ND5? ND5 was a reprogrammed BX series commando droid who was hardened by the Clone Wars. Sliro Barsha programmed ND5 to assassinate the wealthy Barsha family as revenge of a traumatic childhood. ND5 killed all the Barshas except for Jalen Barsha, Sliro's brother, who put a restraining bolt on ND5, making the droid his personal bodyguard and ally as he became a criminal. ND5 and Jalen went on many missions together, like Kira's auction for Han Solo. ND5 was soon assigned to watch over K-Vess after Jalen devised a plan to kill Sliro with the help of K and other criminals. ND5 was a powerful criminal enforcer suited with a long trench coat and brute force. Could Oppo Rancisis appear in the upcoming Jedi 3 game? In Star Wars Jedi Survivor, we ended up with Cal and the Mantis crew settling in the hidden world of Tanalorr, where they promised to bring the anchorites of Jedha after the Empire's assault on their hidden path base. Dagan Gera, Santari Khri, and Oppo Rancisis, plus many more Jedi were part of the project to discover and inhabit Tanalorr. After the Nihil pirates attacked Tanalorr, Oppo Rancisis ordered the project would be shut down, causing Dagan Gera to fall to the dark side. Hundreds of years after the Nihil's attack, Order 66 occurred, and Oppo Rancisis survived and his whereabouts became unknown. If Oppo Rancisis needed a place to hide, why would he not go to the hidden planet that was left unknown to the galaxy hundreds of years ago? Maybe Oppo Rancisis is hiding on the planet with other Jedi and meets Cal Kestis and becomes his new mentor, training Cal to resist the dark side. The Force echoes from Jedi Survivor almost makes this theory seem truly possible. We almost got a new Order 66 survivor on screen in Star Wars canon. In the finale of Skeleton Crew, Jod Na Wood reveals he was found by a Jedi at a young age and he was trained in the Jedi arts. The training wasn't very long though, as the Jedi was hunted by the Empire and killed, with Jod being forced to watch. After the premiere of the Skeleton Crew finale, the actor of the Jedi was Yasmin Al-Masri, and she revealed she was set to play this Jedi in one scene. The scene did not make the final cut, however. She would have been the first Arab actor to play a Jedi. Her outfit also shows a Padawan braid, implying she escaped Order 66 as a Padawan and used all she knew to train Jod. Did you wish this scene made the final cut? Which Inquisitor was brutal enough to force Jod to watch her death?
What were the horrifying Jedi-killing nameless creatures? The Nameless were creatures that preyed on the living Force, turning Force users it encountered into dust, literally. While preying upon Force users, the Nameless tormented them with lucid hallucinations. They originated on Planet X, a planet hidden in wild space. The Nameless had a long history of working with groups like the Path of the Open Hand, using the Nameless to kill Jedi, and over 100 years later the Nihil were in control of the Nameless. The Rod of Seasons was able to control all the Nameless, making whoever yields it very powerful. Here's the full breakdown of the Fuzzball creature. Fuzzballs were non-sentient creatures whose origin is mostly unknown. We first heard of Fuzzballs from Han Solo in The Empire Strikes Back.
Laugh it up, Fuzzball.
Fuzzballs were colorful, hairy creatures with wings. Fuzzballs were held in captivity on Port Borgo, along with many other exotic creatures. Fun fact, Fuzzballs originated from a short Disney film featuring Michael Jackson called Captain EO. Here is a full breakdown of the Shidops species. Shidops were a humanoid-like species with horn-like things on their face. They came in colors like blue, green, and gray. Don't know much about this species as they are pretty new to Star Wars canon, but mostly all of their appearances has been as criminals or pirates. A large group of Shidops inhabited the planet Morak, making it possible this may be their home planet. Many Shidops on Morak attacked Imperial juggernauts during the New Republic era, who were transporting Rhydonium to the Imperial remnant outpost on the planet. Here is a full breakdown of the Vizuian species. Vizuians were a furry, colorful humanoid species. They have been seen on planets at Aten and at Akron, so it's possible they may be natives to these planets. They had little antenna-like parts and large ears, 4 arms, and large eyes. They came in various colors like pink, blue, and green. A young Mykian named Neil had a crush on a Vizuian girl named Numa, and they both attended the At Aten Middle School Gamma.
Nice and tasty.
The creators of Skeleton Crew revealed the name of Neil's species, Mykian. Not to be confused with the species Mikian from Star Wars The Clone Wars. It is assumed that the two species names are pronounced differently, because no one's actually said Neil's species name before. Mykians were a humanoid-like elephant species that had little blue hair on the top of their heads. As the males of this species grew, they grew out tusks and had a broad appearance. Male Mykians also grew out longer trunks than females. But the most important thing about this species is regardless of age, they all kept their cute flappy ears. Subscribe for more.
Oh, my arm! Where'd you two find an old Republic credit in mint condition?
His dad gave it to him for lunch money.